Madridistas, this Sunday is the biggest game of the year as Real Madrid hosts Barcelona at home in the Santiago Bernabeu in the first edition of El Clásico for the 25-26 season. Xabi Alonso's first opportunity as the new Real Madrid manager to be facing off against our bitter rivals in Barcelona, who will be without Hansi Flick in this one too. Not only the winner of this game will have bragging rights, they will also have one hand on the La Liga trophy. Guys, in this video, let's preview the matchup, tell you my thoughts about Barcelona coming into this game, my starting 11 that I want to see for Real Madrid, and of course, my official match prediction. Now, Madridistas, this is the one we've been waiting for months now. We've had so many hypotheticals going on during the offseason. Which team got better? Which team got worse? Which team sucks? Which team's the best? We finally actually get answers, get facts this Sunday at home in the Santiago Bernabeu, and I cannot wait to be doing the watch along and interacting with everybody there too. I am hoping it is a very good watch along and it's not something bad for me, but we will see what happens. But guys, coming into this game, I think there's a couple of things we need to be addressing too. I think the first thing that we need to be talking about Barcelona, and I pride myself on trying to be as unbiased as possible whenever I talk about anything, when it comes to calls, referees, VAR, whatever it is. So when I talk about Barcelona, I'm talking about how I actually feel about them too. I really don't have any hate. I don't really care, honestly. I don't really think about them. That's why on this channel, do you guys see me do Barcelona videos? I don't care about them. I really don't. The only time I do it is when they're playing Real Madrid, and that's what we're going to be doing. They're currently second in La Liga. Not the best start for them this year compared to last year. I think this is a completely different team than what we saw last year for Barcelona that ended up winning La Liga, that ended up finishing in the top 4 in the Champions League. They won the Supercopa, won the Copa del Rey, I believe. Pretty sure they won all that. They won too many times. What else they did last year? They beat this Real Madrid team 4 times last year. Not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4. They smashed that Real Madrid team. However, that was last year's team. That was a last year's Barcelona, and that was a last year's Real Madrid. Things are different. Could it happen again? Sure. History does not always repeat itself, though, when it comes to this. And I'm hoping it doesn't happen, too. Now, when it comes to this Barcelona team, there has not been the prettiest last 5 games for them, too. They lost to probably what should be called the C team in PSG at home. They lost that one, too. Now, granted, they're not the Camp Nou. I will give them that. And then they also lost away to Sevilla, too, who also put 4 past this Barcelona team. This is honestly a team that is very, very exposed at the back for them. They are running into many, many issues right now. Sticking with that high line, actually being comfortable and just giving these teams so many opportunities to. I believe right now that Barcelona is actually leading La Liga in big chances allowed, which is an insane stat to be saying. They should not be doing that. They're giving these teams so many opportunities to hit the counterattack and just get a free shot at goal. And these teams have not always been capitalizing on them. Barcelona and Real Madrid have both gotten away with some calls that probably have gone their way, and some games they probably should have had a worse result than what they actually got it. Maybe 3 points should have been 1. Maybe 1 point should have been 0. You never know. You never know. But you have to continue to play these games too. The one thing about Barcelona, though, and with Real Madrid, it really doesn't matter the form that you're in coming into this one, because this game, El Clásico, it doesn't matter, because these are such big rivals that every single time they play, you never know how it's going to go, because realistically, these are two very well-matched teams that have a lot of firepower on both the front 3 for both of them too. It's really going to come down to whoever makes the less mistakes and whoever can actually capitalize in their conversion rate is going to be the one who's actually winning this game at the end of the day too. The big thing for Barcelona, I've heard a lot of Barcelona fans saying there has been so many injuries for Barcelona. You got good news, you got bad news. Here's the bad news for you right now. Joan Garcia, your new goalkeeper that you signed during the offseason, he's out. He's not going to be in this game. Dani Olmo is not going to be in this game too. I'll tell you right now, Fermin Lopez is way better than Dani Olmo. I would say that last year too. He's way better. It's not even close. I don't know what we're talking about there. And then Lewandowski, who looks like he's about to be going to a retirement home. He is also out of this game too. I believe that we might be seeing Ferran Torres in this game, who right now is much, much better than what a Lewandowski is right now. And my expectations are that Rafinha is actually going to be gaining time in this game too. He should be back from injury, and so much so that I usually don't do this, but as you can see on the screen, this is the starting 11 that I believe that Hansi Flick will be rolling out there for Barcelona. Rafinha getting the start at the left wing, Rashford, Rashy baby, up top at the center forward position. Lamine Yamal, of course, on the right wing. Fermin Lopez at the 10 with a double pivot of Pedri and Frankie de Jong. Balde, Kubarsi, Araujo, Koundé, and Szczesny making up the squad for Barcelona in this one too. And I think this is a solid squad. I know you guys talk a lot about injuries. I don't see that many injuries there. I see Joan Garcia. Other than that, this is probably the team. This is probably the team you're going to be rolling out there a lot this season. So when it comes to this for Barcelona, I really don't want to hear any injury excuses. Of course, Real Madrid has injuries too. We have Rudiger. We have, Dani Ceballos maybe coming back. We have a couple other people too. Are they going to be back? Are they not going to be back too? I think this is a pretty fair matchup, actually. I think the biggest advantage that Real Madrid actually has in this one is that Hansi Flick picked up a red card in the last one in La Liga. So he will not be on the sidelines for Barcelona in this game. I think that's a huge positive for Real Madrid and a huge negative for Barcelona. I think the fact that he cannot go and actually help out on the sidelines, be able to make some calls because he's very good at actually in-game management. How many times last year did we see remontadas from this Barcelona team? All the time. So not having Hansi Flick is a huge negative for Barcelona in that one. And as a Madridista, I'm very happy about that. Okay, so now let's switch over and talk about Real Madrid. And coming into this game, we actually got some positive news. All Madridistas should be celebrating. Dean Howson, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Dani Carvajal, and Dani Ceballos are all fit and ready and available for Xabi Alonso's squad coming up for Sunday in the Elclasico game. This is huge news that we are actually getting to because it's been forever, it seems, since Trent has been back, since Dani Carvajal has been back too, and having another option in the midfield with Dani Ceballos and possibly our starting center back in Dean Howson back out there is a huge plus for Real Madrid. Now, I'm not saying that all these players will even play in this game too. Just having them fit and available is very, very good. And I actually think it'd be malpractice for Xabi Alonso to actually go out there and start some of these players. The only player of those four that I mentioned that I actually believe should be starting in this one, if he's 100% fit, is Dean Howson. And the only reason I say that is because we don't have that many center back options right now. We have a healthy Militao who's coming off of back-to-back ACLs. We do not have a Rudiger. Asensio unfortunately picked up a knock. I believe it might have just been muscle spasms or something like that. Might have been a cramp or whatever in the Juventus game too. But look out for that. I'm not sure if Asensio is actually going to be ready and fit and available for this game too. Real quick, if you were enjoying the video and if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, like the video to never miss any match previews, match reactions, anything related to Real Madrid. This is the channel for you. And guys, let me know in the comments what is your official match prediction between Real Madrid and Barcelona. So with all that being said, I am going to be putting Dean Howson in my starting 11. And as you can see on the screen now, this is my starting 11 that I will be going with for Real Madrid in this one. And guys, again, this is what I would like to see, not exactly what Xabi Alonso will be doing. I'll be going with Vinny Jr. up top alongside Kylian Mbappe, going with Carreras, Camavinga, Arda Güler, Jude Bellingham, and Fede Valverde getting a start at the right wing back. Dean Howson, Tchouaméni, and Eder Militao make up the back three. And of course, Thibaut Courtois in the back to make up the squad. Now, a bunch of different things that I want to be talking about when it comes to this game. There's a lot of keys to this game. There's a lot of things that I think we need to be factoring in to this one. And I will tell you the first one right now, and I will just be 100% honest with you. I do not see a world that both of these teams do not score. I don't see a world that does not happen. And if you're a betting man, and I am a betting man myself, I would be taking both teams to score, at least. I'd easily be taking both teams to score because I would be shocked. The way this game will be played, in my opinion, will be back and forth, will be open, will be chances galore for both of these teams. Because when you have been watching some of these teams, when you watch a Barcelona game, when you watch a Real Madrid game, what happens? These teams that we're facing, especially lower level La Liga teams, just want to get a result. They are playing haram ball against Barcelona, against Real Madrid. And finally, Real Madrid, we meet our match. Barcelona, you meet our match. And we have options when it comes to attack. We have free-flowing football that we should be seeing in this one too. It will not be nothing like what we saw against Juventus for all Madridistas out there, where they were just kind of parking the bus, getting a counterattack. This will be a very, very fluid game that the midfield really will determine who wins this one too. I think it's going to be a huge challenge for Camavinga, Jude Bellingham, Arda Güler, going on to the other side too with Fermin Lopez, Pedri, de Jong. I think the game will be won and lost for whatever midfield is better in this one. That is why when it comes to Real Madrid, that is why I'm putting a Camavinga in the starting 11, is why I'm putting Arda Güler. Arda Güler is 100% starting. There's literally no doubt about it, in my opinion. My only question and my only concern is Xabi Alonso. Do not pull the same mistake that we saw with Carlo Ancelotti and putting him in the right wing. Do not do that at all. We need Arda Güler in the midfield. We need that to be happening for us to be successful and to get the win in this one too. And we need Jude Bellingham to be at his best as well. The big kind of 1v1s that I expect in this one that will really also be determining this game is the number one that I think a lot of people are very interested to see is Lamine Yamal versus Alvaro Carreras. This is the reason that Alvaro Carreras has come to Real Madrid. We saw Alvaro Carreras already against Lamine Yamal when he was playing for Benfica, and even Barcelona fans actually praised him in saying he was very, very good going up against Lamine Yamal. I will tell you right now, Lamine Yamal is an absolute baller, easily. Top 10 player in the world, easily. I'm not going to go as far as some of you Barcelona fans are saying. I'm not going to go to that. He needs to score at least 10 goals in the league before I say anything wild about him. Fantastic, fantastic player. Probably will even need to be double teamed in this game. But Alvaro Carreras will be going one-on-one with Lamine Yamal. And not many right backs, or left backs, I should say, have actually done well. The only one who's really done well, and it's kind of Lamine Yamal's daddy, is Nuno Mendes. Nuno Mendes is the only one who's actually balling out there whenever he's going against Lamine Yamal. And that is a one of one. That is a fantastic, fantastic, the best left back in the world. Carreras is not that. Carreras still, to me, leaves me with questions. I think this is going to be the biggest test that Carreras has had. And the only other big test that he's actually had was against Atletico Madrid, which did not fill me up with confidence. I did not have a lot of confidence after watching that game for Carreras. He can do a lot of good things well, and he can do a lot of bad things pretty well too. Pretty bad things pretty well. The issue with Carreras in this one is allowing the space behind, because this is going to be a team effort to making sure Lamine Yamal's not on a fast break. This is Camavinga backtracking. This is Vinny Jr. backtracking, making sure that life is hell for Lamine Yamal in this game too, because this kid can absolutely take over a game. He will get multiple shots. He is somebody who is not afraid to take shots. Even for how many goals he actually scored last year in La Liga, he was taking shots all the time. I expect that from Lamine Yamal. The kid's a baller. The kid is going to cause problems. I won't be surprised if he gets a goal or an assist or even two. I would not be surprised at all. But Carreras has to step up in this game for Real Madrid to be successful. Whoever wins that battle will probably determine this game too, along with the midfield. I think that is a huge, huge battle on our hands. The next one that I want to be talking about is right over on the other wing. And this is Fede Valverde getting the start at the right wing back. And I will tell you guys right now, moving forward, Fede Valverde is a right wing back in my opinion. I would be starting him over a healthy Trent Alexander-Arnold. I would be starting him over a healthy Danny Carvajal. I think that Fede Valverde brings way more to the table than either one of those players in terms of what we need at Real Madrid. Sure, you could be saying Trent's a better right back. Maybe he is. I think Fede Valverde is defensively way better. He's way faster, and he offers more than what we kind of need, I think, right now for Real Madrid. I think he offers that overlap opportunity to, the ability to get back to, as well as to invert into the midfield. I think that Fede Valverde can do it all. Trent can have a role in this game, can have some long balls, but we need Fede Valverde if he is going up against Rafinha and if he's going up against Rashford. Both of those players are very, very good. And here's the biggest plus, I think, for Real Madrid. When we talk about Real Madrid last year, and the reason why I had confidence in this team and why I said, man, we are close. If we make a couple of substitutions, if we do a couple things differently, the biggest difference, and I hate to trash this guy because he's not even at Real Madrid anymore, is Lucas Vazquez, the Barcelona legend, LV. He started all 4 games last year in La Liga. All 4 games in the Elclasico against Barcelona. There's a reason why the guy's a Barcelona legend now. He was getting cooked out of his mind last year. I went back and rewatched it a couple of months ago. I want to say 75-80% of the goals came because Lucas Vazquez was out there for Real Madrid. It was absolutely despicable what Lucas Vazquez was not doing last year for Real Madrid. He was betraying the team. He honestly was. That's why he's playing over at Bayer Leverkusen now. We should not be having that same problem. There's no excuses for us to be having that problem. I cannot be blaming it on Lucas Vazquez anymore. Fede Valverde has to step up in this game. He has to lock down a not even healthy Rafinha in this one too. And Rashford, the guy's been balling. I will call it how I see it. I think Rashford's done very well. If I was a Barcelona fan, I would be saying I think you need to be buying him because I think you might have got a good deal on him. Look out for Rashford. I think he's a very, very good player. But Fede Valverde needs to be locking down that side in this one too. The next key for me is the Arda Güler show. Arda has not had that many opportunities against Barcelona. And a lot of people have been saying, well, Arda, he's a small game player. He takes advantage of these smaller teams. I don't know what we're watching. I don't know if you guys are not watching Arda Güler. The guy balled out against Juventus, did very well, won the man of the match for me and for the Champions League. For me, it's more important. I don't give trophies out, but it is what it is. And then he balled out against Atletico Madrid, even in that terrible loss. Gets an goal, gets an assist in that one too. And that game was not his fault. Arda Güler has balled out in his opportunities that he actually has been given when he's in successful opportunities in terms of when he's actually in the midfield, when he is not playing that right wing position that Carlo Ancelotti was doing. Arda Güler is honestly the number one key for me in this game for Real Madrid to be successful. If Arda Güler has an absolutely fantastic game, we win this game, not even close. It's a smashing by Real Madrid. We smash this team easily. I'm not even joking when I say that. If Arda Güler has like a 10 out of 10 game, 9 out of 10 game, 5-1, 5-0, 6-0, we smash this team. Will it happen? Time will tell. This is Arda's time to shine, though. This is the biggest stage that Arda has ever been playing on, and this is going to be I think his breakout party. I think this is going to be Arda Güler's breakout party and really going to kind of announce himself to the world as maybe soon to be a top 5 midfielder in the world. If you don't know his name already, I think you might know it very soon. I think the other key to me is capitalizing on chances. Right now, I think both teams will have a lot of chances in this game. And I will tell you right now, I think Barcelona has done a way better job of actually capitalizing on their opportunities that they have been given. That is why they've been scoring more goals than Real Madrid. However, I need Real Madrid to show up. I need Kylian Mbappe to be showing up. Kylian Mbappe has been showing up in most of these Elclasicos. In the last Elclasico, he got a hat trick. It still wasn't good enough for Real Madrid. Somebody else has to step up. And that somebody should be Vinny Jr. Vinny Jr. cannot go from being the best player in the world to not even helping this team anymore. I think that we're starting to see a little bit more from Vinny Jr. in this game. I expect a ton from him. We need the press to be fantastic in this one. We need team ball. We need him to be backtracking on Lamine Yamal, causing havoc out there. And we need Vinny Jr. to be scoring in this game for Real Madrid to be successful. That's what I need to be seeing too. I think Barcelona, a couple of keys for them. I think that midfield battle is huge. There's so much talk between Pedri versus Jude Bellingham and all that stuff. I think the battle also between Camavinga out there, Frankie de Jong, I think it's going to be very, very interesting to exactly see what happens. I will tell you a couple of things that I believe might be happening in this game. I think that we will see a red card at some point in this game. I really believe it. I think it's going to be, if it's for Real Madrid, I could see it being an Asensio one, or maybe like a Camavinga one, or a Tchouaméni. I think we might be seeing it for them. If it is for Barcelona, I could see it being Araujo, Szczesny, or Cubarsí. I could easily be seeing any of them picking up a red card. I do think we see a red card. I also think we see at least one penalty given. That will be a correct call? Who the hell knows with these La Liga refs, man? Who the hell knows? But I think it's going to be a very, very interesting game. I actually could see this game going so many different ways. I could see this being Barcelona thrashing Real Madrid because Real Madrid, unfortunately, we just kind of quit sometimes. I could see that happening. I could see like a 4-1 game for Barcelona. I could also see the inverse and see Real Madrid absolutely smashing this team with Kylian Mbappe on an absolute heater, with Arda Güler out there creating multiple chances for Real Madrid. I could see Real Madrid winning 5-1, 5-0. I think this is going to be a fantastic back and forth game. And realistically, coming into this one, I was thinking that Real Madrid is going to be winning this game, and we should be winning this game. The more and more I think about it, I think these are two very, very open teams and very well-matched teams. And so I really don't want to be doing this. I just think I have to be realistic. I don't think anybody wins. I think this ends in a 2-2 draw. That is my official match prediction that I will be going with. And honestly, both teams should be feeling disgusted by this result. This is not the result that we wanted. And I hope it's not the result that we get. I would rather actually get, well, I don't want to lose, obviously. I don't want to lose at all. I would rather get a result, though, obviously. I don't care if it's a 1-0 victory, penalty, Mbappe for Real Madrid. I don't care. Get me the win. I just, unfortunately, until I see Real Madrid go out there and absolutely smash the team and capitalize on their opportunities, I can't see it. And I believe that Barcelona will be giving chances to Real Madrid. And I also believe that Real Madrid will give chances to Barcelona. I think this is an even match. 2-2 is my final prediction. I want to hear from you guys in the comments below. I hope I'm wrong, obviously. I hope Real Madrid wins. But 2-2 is my official match prediction, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here too. We'll be doing a watch along, and hopefully I am wrong, and hopefully it's a big, big victory for Real Madrid. But we will see you guys. Appreciate everybody watching this video. Hit the like, subscribe if you're new around here, guys. Been Dally with Dallyfc. Cheers. Al Madrid.